Aloha, future Hawaii residents, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step process of how to move your dog to Hawaii, my personal experience, and a home tour at the end. I did want to start off this video on my beautiful lanai to give you a sneak peek into my home. This is my first YouTube video ever, so thank you for all of your support and kindness as I navigate through this new journey in life. If you do have any future videos you'd like to see or any recommendations or comments, please leave them down below.
2,000 years later.
I hope this video can offer you some clarity through this process because I know it can be a bit overwhelming to look at and it is very time sensitive. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But wait, Lucky actually wants me to throw the ball first. Let's go. Alrighty, now let's get into the step-by-step process of how to move your dog to Hawaii. Step number one is going to be figuring out which island you would like to move to. I personally think this is the most exciting step in the entire process, and I went with the beautiful island of Maui. So I went off of checklist number 2. Then you're going to want to figure out which veterinarian clinic you would like to administer these tests. Step number 3. Get your dog microchipped. This is a very important step because if your dog is not microchipped prior to them administering the FAVN antibodies rabies test, you will not qualify for the direct release program from the airport. Step number 4. Make sure your dog has been vaccinated for rabies twice in its lifetime, 30 days apart from one another. This also needs to be recorded and dated on the original health certificate. It looks something like this. This is the copy of mine because the vet at the clinic will take yours. Step number 5, do the FAVN antibodies test. It will then be sent to an approved lab and you have to wait 30 days prior to your arrival date in Hawaii once the pet's blood is received by the clinic. Step number 6, you are then going to want to obtain a copy of the successful pet's results from your veterinarian. Step number 7, contact a listed veterinarian clinic on whichever island you choose to administer the inspection upon arrival. The FAVN test is around $600 and the arrival in Maui is like $385 plus parking, just so you know. Finally, there are going to be some documents that are required to be submitted to the animal quarantine station on Honolulu. These documents are as followed: $165 money order, a original health certificate with 2 rabies vaccinations recorded and dated on that health certificate, along with a flea and tick treatment 14 days prior to the arrival date. Definitely check with your airline because some airlines actually require it to be 10 days. So that's super important so you can qualify for the direct release program. A dog and cat import form. And then finally, all of your flight information. You have to receive a document that looks a lot like this. And this is your ticket into Hawaii. This is the neighborhood island inspection permit, and you will not be allowed into Hawaii until you receive this permit. So make sure that you priority mail all of these documents just because it is very time sensitive. They have to receive these documents prior to your arrival, and if they do not, they will not let you in with your animal, and they will also have to quarantine, which is a buttload of money that you just don't want to spend. Now my process is going to look a little bit different than yours just because I did actually move in the midst and height of the pandemic. So that orange piece of paper I just had shown you, I actually had to reorder 3 different times because the flight had gotten canceled. So I actually visited Maui for about a month in May of 2020. The first day in, I absolutely fell in love with the island. I knew I wanted to move there, especially because my thought was if I'm gonna quarantine in Arizona where it's hot and deadly, I might as well just go quarantine in Maui. And I always wanted to live by an ocean when I graduated college. It was just the perfect setup. I did formally move with a partner. Bless him and his entire family for making my transition to Maui easier than most. Not saying it was the most seamless because this whole process, along with moving 6 times in 1 year, was very anxiety ridden. But overall, I would not be here today without his family and that support. This whole process was also around, I would say, $1,500. My process will be also a little different than yours just because I actually was able to fly first class with my baby in the cabin with me. I registered him as an emotional support animal, which allowed us to be moved from regular cabin to first class in the height of the pandemic. So we actually also got free drinks.
Treat! First class, bitch!
He was sitting like the king he is. Oh my gosh, that was such a fun day. Anyway, I would still recommend registering your dog as an emotional support animal despite you not being able to ride in the cabin with your dog based on the weight and size of your animal. That rule actually changed a month prior to me moving to Maui. God bless. And I swear this is what I mean by when I really do believe the higher power works in the most mysterious ways. It was so odd that literally a month after I moved to Maui, they changed this rule that if your dog is over a certain weight, they can no longer sit in the cabin with you. So definitely look at the links down below to see if your dog qualifies for that or not. It definitely has to be like a Pomeranian kind of style. I know that for sure. And my 55-pound Australian Shepherd would not fit those requirements now. But I still do recommend you registering your dog as an emotional support animal just because it does offer you this paper from the Landlord and Housing Authority that basically grants you any housing without extra fees, even hotels, Airbnbs. This thing has saved my life. They can't charge you for extra pet deposit. What's else on here? Free from restrictions related to animal breed size and type limitations. This was also super crucial for my ex-partner's mom because she was moving with a Rottweiler, and in general, dogs are not accepted on this island for whatever reason. I think that unfortunately because of the culture of humans that decide to move to this island don't always have all of their things together and probably let their dogs run wild and ruin the property. Maybe that's why, I'm not really sure. But it is really, really difficult to find housing out here in general, but even more difficult when you have a dog, much less two dogs. So I would definitely recommend you still taking the time to register your dog as an emotional support animal. It's $100 online. Literally all of it's online, and this will help you out in so many different ways. So yeah, do that. I also got this really freaking cute ID for Huck that I will show you right now. How can you not say yes to this? I think I had to pay extra because I was like, I need this. Look how cute this is. Oh my god. We're dealing with the entire hassle of moving 6 times in 1 year and putting so much money down on my car with Huck and then also on that apartment. It was a really stressful experience. So I was so blessed to find the home that I live in now. It still makes me quite emotional talking about it because I really do believe that somebody was watching over me. I was 20 years old when I moved to Maui, so I literally met the man that I live with now that is one of the biggest blessings in my entire life off of Craigslist. Of all the places, Craigslist. I also found my dog on Craigslist, so apparently all the good things in my life come from Craigslist. Thank you, Craigslist. But yeah, finding a place to move and live on Maui where you feel comfortable and at home is really difficult. And then you have to find a job and all these other things. And I really truly do believe that this island will look after you if this is what your dream and wants are. You have to align your desires and wants with what you truly, really, really believe is right for you. Because if it's not, the island will really just spit you out. After I finally had cut out all of the toxic thoughts and energies that were consuming my brain and life, my life just started to flow. I found the place that I live in now. I got an amazing job. I'm a bartender. I also am obviously now a real estate agent. That took me a year to, complete that process, but I'm super, super proud of myself for doing so. So if you have dreams, chase them. Please do not let self-doubt or fear get in the way of what you are capable of, because at the end of the day, you are the only human holding you back. Nobody cares what you're doing. Everybody is so wrapped up into their own lives that they are not focused on yours. So if you want to go make that new podcast, you want to go become a photographer, you want to become, you know, a YouTuber, freaking do it, man. Like, life is too short to be holding on to regrets of things that you wish you did and never did, especially once you involve kids and all these other things in your freaking lifestyle. Like, you owe it to yourself and your future family, children, whatever you want in life, to do the things that you could only dream of. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. And I'm also saying this to myself, because you need to be your biggest supporter and I need to be my biggest supporter. And I appreciate all of your support here, because obviously putting myself out here on YouTube is not something I am completely comfortable with, but I'm super proud of myself for even doing it in the first place. I have reshot this video now 3 freaking times, because if you know anything about me, I'm a perfectionist. And one thing I've learned this year is that perfection is a limiting mindset. You can never reach that perfectionism level. I do my best at everything that I do just because I enjoy doing that, but trying to be perfect all the time is not gonna work. It's gonna stress you out, make you think that you are not good enough, you will be very self-critical. It's not worth it. So rather than everything being perfect, just get it done. And that is my motto this year. I cannot wait to continue this journey with y'all, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. My next video is gonna be about how I passed the Hawaii real estate exam. It took me a couple times, so don't get discouraged, but I'm really excited to share all of the tips and tricks that I found very helpful during this process, because you know what, it's not easy, especially when you have other things going on in your life, like work, trying to pay your rent, to distract you, you know, like even going to the gym, whatever. It is not that easy when you don't put your full entire focus on it, but I promise you it's going to be worth it, and you're going to feel so good about yourself when you pass that test. Because guess what? I passed the state portion my first try, thank God, because that gave me that like oomph of motivation, the fire in my soul that I needed. I feel like I would have been very discouraged if that was not the case. But then I failed the national portion 3 times. But don't let failing discourage you. Failure is just progression, and if you change your thought process on what that means to you, you will soar in the sky. So I cannot wait to share my journey becoming a real estate agent, because even after passing the test, it's not over. It's signing a brokerage, navigating all these new websites, and I wish I could watch a video to help me how to do this. So I want to do that for you. If you're interested in watching that video, I will have that uploaded within a week or 2. So yes, please stay tuned. Without further ado, let's get into my beautiful home tour. I can't wait to show you guys where I live, because I am so blessed. Thank you. I would start this home tour outside. We have a garage that was actually turned into a little ohana attached to the house right here. I also have a cottage up at the top up here. Here's my car, the front of my house. Let's go inside. Hucky, guess who's home, honey? What's up, baby boy? I love you. So this is our first living room. We are still working on all this. Here's our second living room. I don't really spend a whole lot of time here. And then here's the man cave. You would think I'd be outside a little bit more than I am, but I'm not gonna lie, I do work a lot. And here is where we get in from the driveway. Beautiful. We actually just recently redid this deck. He just built this little bench here too with his friend Mark. Thank you, Mark. He wants to buy a house from me. How exciting. And we have this nice furniture out here. Our lanai is so beautiful and gorgeous. Now let's go into our dining room. These art pieces just inspire my paintings, by the way. Ken's friend actually made this as a gift. And it's a man with no face, but the colors are just fantastic. And yeah, we have this fan here because it gets really hot here and windy in Hawaii. Hucky, please be quiet. This is the kitchen. I can't wait till we update this one day, but as you know, kitchens are expensive, especially granite countertops. But yeah, I'm super blessed too because I have my own fridge with, you know, my family back home on there. This is his fridge. You want a treat, honey? Come here, baby. Yeah. You sit for me. Paw. Good boy. A little work office station right now. My calendar out. This is a girl I've been working on, but I've had to put on hold because of my real estate career. It's okay though. Get back to her one day. This guest room that we have when guests come in, but literally has nothing in it. I will. This will be a nice guest room for everyone that comes to visit and a nice office space. Lucky boy. This is Ken's room. He's got his own closet space and everything. His own bathroom, which is lovely. And then this is my room, my comfortable abode. I've got some pictures of my family up there. I have an obsession with butterflies, if you can't tell. I also really recommend writing self-affirmations for you to remind yourself of how amazing you are, because you are. You're unique, one of a kind, and so worthy of anything you desire in this life. This is my bathroom. And then this is the office. You know, I would turn this into my own office, but this is Ken's office, and as you can tell, it's a bit cluttered. So yeah, that is the end of it. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for my next one. It's going to be how I passed the Hawaii real estate exam.